Welcome to Hollywood Deli. I'm your host, Blue. So listen, let's talk about it. Sister Wives, episode 2. It was actually pretty good. It was really pretty good. I'm not going to go over every piece of it because I still want you guys to be able to enjoy it and watch it on your own. And I just want to go over the main parts that I felt were the most interesting of the whole thing. So we finally get some tea on to why not McKelty, Maddie and Cody stopped talking. So Cody pretty much said that Maddie was getting in his business, and that's why he stopped talking. But then turns around and says that she cut the communication with him. And so Janelle says that Maddie didn't want to have a relationship with Cody because he was just being too dramatic. And if he wasn't going to stop being dramatic and consistent, she didn't want the kids to know who he is. So they don't even know who he is. That's terrible. As a father, your grandkids not to know who you are, that's ridiculous. So anyway, Janelle is looking at pieces of land with Maddie because now she realizes, like, she had an epiphany and realizes, look, I might not be able to get the life that I wanted on Coyote Pass, but I can do it on another piece of land with Caleb and Maddie. So they went over, I think it was to Montana somewhere, and they looked at 40 acres, and they didn't end up getting that one. I think they ended up settling in North Carolina and finding some land. But Janelle and Maddie, just made some fun of it and just went looking at pieces of land. And so Janelle then has a conversation with Maddie about how Cody's not talking to her and how, the payment for the land that the Coyote Pass is due in 6 months and that he's pretty much cut all communication. And then it switches to Cody. And Cody said he doesn't trust Janelle and that he's just not going to share any information with her. And I'm just like, look, it's her money too that you're going to use to pay. So you need to stop being immature. What it is he's being petty because he's mad he didn't get his way. He didn't get his way. He thought that Janelle would come back. And so he also wanted to add the part about money. So there was a part in the show that they talked about the finances, the family fund, and Janelle was like explaining things to Maddie. And she said how Cody is acting like they don't have the money when he continues to buy assets like trailers. She's like, I see all of the artwork all over his walls. And then it cuts to Robin talking about how she wasn't good with money when she was younger and that she really buckled down now and saved. And I'm like, bitch, you spend more in your house than any of the wives. All those paintings. You do not save money. Like, who are you fooling? And then she tried to like take a dig at the other wives and say, "Well, I don't know what they did with their money. I know what they did with their money, Robin. They let you take it, pretty much. And you know that. You pretty much preyed on these women and you along with Cody and used their culture against them. But here's the funny part. Cody talks about and I'm about jumping around a bit, but it's okay. He talks about the religion and how Mary, his wife, wants to get a release from him, but yet he says he's gonna let her do her thing with that because he don't got time for that BS. So he stopped believing in this religion a long time ago, but he did not let his wives know. He let Robin know, but he didn't let his wives know. And so that's why we see that Robin and Cody are functioning in a different way versus Janelle and Christine and Mary, where they historically would share money, use the money to support each other. Like one they would use money, buy one house, use money, buy another house for another wife, and they would help each other out. Whereas when Robin came in and noted that 10 years ago, when Robin came in, it was all this separate talk. This is all like this is for my estate and things like that talk. And so Janelle, for whatever reason, I think she was stuck in the past and she was like still wanting to believe that Robin and Cody were still following the faith because they told them that they were. But now we see Cody's really letting his mask off in this episode and he's letting us know that he doesn't believe in that religion anymore. Christine doesn't believe in it anymore. And it seems like Janelle is just the last to know. But Mary, in my opinion, is just doing this whole release thing just to spite Cody. But Cody's like, I don't care if you do that because I don't believe in that bullshit. I'm back. And so he's being petty and passive aggressive and, avoiding her and making up excuses of why they can't meet up. Meanwhile, comes into town and she is grilling Janelle, and Janelle is getting so sick of her because Janelle said the right thing. Christine wants her breakup with Cody to look the same as Christine. Christine wants, Janelle's breakup to look like her and Cody's, and she's like, I don't need all that. You know, you decided that you don't want to follow the faith and you're done with the faith, but Janelle still claims that she still believes in the faith, and it's like, you still believe in the faith, well then you have to go do what Mary's doing and get the release, and you're not doing that, so you're like, you don't need to. So anywho, Janelle and it goes in her confessional and says, she feels like she's being interrogated by Christine. And I can see Janelle's getting tired of Christine, and Christine needs to back off. What it is, and this is the sense that I got, because then it quick shoots to Robin, and Robin says that she still has hope for Mary and Cody, and that she still hasn't let go of Janelle, as if she's like her property. Not Janelle. Robin sees these women as property of hers and Cody's, and she wants to keep Janelle in the family, rightfully so, because she wants money. And Christine wants to stick it to Cody, and so she's pushing Janelle to make it very clear to Cody that you guys are over. And it's like, Christine, get out of her business. Like, she didn't tell you how to break up with Cody. The only thing Janelle told you to do was just make sure that your money was right and your ducks was in a row, and that's it. She didn't tell you how to do it. She just said, don't leave unless you're fully independent on your own. So for Christine to be like really pushy, it's an irritating thing to watch. And it's like, girl, shut your mouth. Just worry about yourself. So Christine talks about her little bit of dating she's doing. It's just like, boo, boo, boo. Nobody cares about that. I don't care about Christine dating, to be honest with you. I'm more concerned about this Coyote Pass. I want to see if Janelle gets her just due with her money. And so Janelle knows that it's not going to be easy to unwind herself from this land, and knows that eventually she's going to have to lawyer up, and that's what she tells Christine. But then I realized that her and Maddie were even considering uh, buying Cody out of Coyote Pass so that Janelle could recoup some of the money that she put into Robin's property, because Janelle says she wants to get some of that money back. And then Robin's here acting in her confessional like she's like, what money? You know? And here's what pisses me off about Janelle and these other women. Janelle, absolutely, as an accountant, how the hell do you let this man play you like this? So she wanted to be on Robin's property. She wanted to be on the deed so that she could recoup some of her money back. And she let Cody convince her, no, 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 this needs to be Robin's. This needs to be Robin's estate. And I'm like, fuck Robin. Hell, what the hell you mean? This needs to be Robin's. What about me? Janelle at that point ain't even got her own property up there. And but she allowed this to happen. So she allowed them to not allow her to be put on the mortgage. There's no way she would have got my money and I'm not on that mortgage. No fucking way. Because my money is the reason why you're in that house. And Mary, dumbass, let it happen too. All because she was so desperate to be with Cody. So, and let's talk about that. So, Janelle, as she's being drilled by Christine, talks about how, like, Cody's avoiding her. He pretty much they both stopped communication, and she's fine with that. She doesn't even care. And that if she once she gets un, unravels the Coyote path and is able to get her money out of there, she's gone. She'll never talk to him again. And then it cuts to Mary, and Mary's like, this is the same shit that he did to me. And so isn't karma a bitch that Janelle's doing it to him? And Cody's pissed about that because he realized that he messed up when he talked about patriarchy. And Janelle talked about how like that's not how our relationship was set up, and there's no way I would even married him if he would have mentioned that. And he said he only brought up patriarchy out of hurt and you know grieving the relationship, I guess, with Christine, and this was just really upset. And was just pretty much he admitted he was talking out of his ass. And unfortunately, him talking out of his ass is what pushed Janelle out the door. And so Robin's still wanting to get Janelle back and is willing to fight Christine for her because what it is, I only think Robin wants Janelle back financially, yeah, but to show Christine like, oh, you're out of here. She's on her side, because they've been excommunicated. The family stopped talking to them. Nobody's dealing with them. They're still all getting together. Everybody was at Aspen's house having dinner. Like they're all moving as a close unit. They moving um Isabel back to Salt Lake. Janelle and Christine, they still function like sister wives. And Mary is not. Mary's just on her own island. And Cody and Robin don't like that they've been kicked out of the club because that's what he referred to his family as, a club. He's like, I've been kicked out of my own club. And so, but the one thing that interests me this whole episode was that he finally talked about the relationships. So when he got with Mary, Mary, he said, was not nice. She was mean and she was always angry. She had anger issues, he said. And so that's what prompted him to get Janelle in there. And then he said when Janelle came in, it got worse. But except for like the anger was shifted from him and put on to Janelle. And then that got really, really bad. And he said so he had to dilute that relationship again with Mary. And so he couldn't get rid of her, and nor did he want to get rid of her. He said, but he wanted to see if he could, make it work somehow by adding more wives. So he added Christine in, and he said that was pretty much what saved his marriage with Mary. And then he said, as he kept trying to make it work with her, he realized, she's boring. He just said it. She's mean and she's boring, he said. And so he was just like not interested in her anymore. And so he's hanging his hat on, oh, well, she kicked me out. So never mind the fact that he did things to get kicked out of these houses. But that's his whole thing is they all made choices to get rid of me. And no matter how much I didn't love them, I wasn't going to have, he said, I never had any intention on leaving them. No, Cody, you had no intention on leaving them, but you left them. You did. Emotionally, financially. You were just all about title and playing it up for the show. But you had every intention on leaving them and you knew it because that's why you made sure that Janelle or Mary who put into your wife's house was not on that deed. You made sure they weren't on the mortgage. You made sure that you separated you and Robin from the other wives. So you can't tell me that you had no intention on leaving them. Yeah, you had every intention on continuing to milk them and mistreat them and put them on the back burner and come by when you felt like it. Yeah, you had every intention on doing that. But you had no intention on being a good husband to any of them. And then Mary's, finally opening up in her confessional, she's saying, she was neglected and she was abandoned. And, but also, Mary, if you're gonna be opening up, tell us what you did in that relationship too, like, because it takes two. What did you do that prompted the abandonment and the neglect? Because not saying that that's right, but she did something. If she was like sweet, like as pie and compliant, I don't think he would have like cut her off the way he did. I believe him when he says she was mean and she was cold and she had anger issues and she was boring. And I believe she was mean because all the other sister wives said the same thing. The only sister wife that doesn't call her mean is Robin. And because by the time Robin came in, she was on her best behavior because she'd been kicked to the curb by every other sister wife because she'd been mean to them and their children. And she even got physical with some of the children. So I can't really feel bad for her. But I thought it was just so crazy how Cody called her boring and me. And I'm just like, damn, Man, he just loves to kick old girl down, Mary. And Mary's lightly opening up, but she ain't spilling the tea. And it's just like Mary, hell, he putting your shit on Front Street. Why don't you just put his shit out there? But you really gotta watch the episode. It's a real good episode. It's starting to heat up. It's a slow burn, but it's a good slow burn. Anyway, make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you leave a 5-star rating, and y'all have a good night.